Good morning, I'm Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Government under pressure to implement the additional 20 meters criteria on river banks in Kathmandu Valley. Political leaders in favor of the decision following recent floods. Government fails to establish consumers' court in all provinces despite constitutional provision and Supreme Court's mandamus. Highlights on the lack of sensitivity towards consumers' right. Israeli tanks forcibly enters into one of the positions of the UN peacekeeping force, warns any attack on peacekeepers or their bases would violate international law. And former champions Australia enters the semi-finals of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, defeats India by 9 runs in their last match of the group. Most of the rivers in Kathmandu Valley could not withstand this year's monsoon rains. The floods triggered by heavy rainfall on October 27 and 28 caused the residents near the riverbanks to suffer. Around 10,000 households in the valley have been affected by the flood. The main reason for this has been attributed as encroachment of rivers. CPN-UML laid the foundation for the construction of a new building in Kantipur on Friday after the party office in Lalitpur's Chasal was repeatedly flooded. UML decided to build its office in Kantipur after the land in Balku was considered unsafe as the river flows on 3 sides. Another reason why UML moved to Kantipur is not just the river but also the decision of the Supreme Court. The party decided not to construct their office in Balku after the Supreme Court on 19 December last year issued a mandate to create a no construction zone within 20 meters of the river in Kathmandu Valley. UML started protesting against the order given by the Supreme Court. The UML-led government also went to the Supreme Court with a demand for a review of the verdict. Congress has also expressed objection towards the decision. However, after the recent floods and inundation, Congress leaders also seem to agree that a no construction zone should be maintained along the river. Less than 2 weeks after the government filed to vacate the Supreme Court's verdict, the flood that turned the Kathmandu Valley chaotic has not only changed the speed of the river but also the opinion of political leaderships. The Constitution has guaranteed consumers protection and has envisioned for a consumers' court. Some 3 years ago, the Supreme Court issued a mandamus to the government to form the court. However, the latter seems to be dilly-dallying.
Article 44 of Nepal's constitution has provision for consumers to seek for justice in case they are sold substandard goods or services causing them harm. The Consumers Protection Act has also provision for a consumers' court for the same, where the consumer can claim for compensations. 3 years ago, a joint bench of Supreme Court's Justices Bamkumar Shrestha and Nahakul Subedi issued a mandamus for the formation of a consumers' court in all 7 provinces, which has yet to happen.
यसले गरेको मुताबिक यसमा उपभोक्ता हक हितसँग जोडिएका कुराहरू अनुचित व्यापारिक तथा व्यवसायजन्य क्रियाकलाप जुन गर्न नहुने कुराहरू यसले जुन एउटा प्रतिबन्ध जुन गरेको छ ती कुराहरू र यो माग र आपूर्ति वा मूल्यमा प्रतिकूल प्रभाव पार्न नहुने लगायत जुन उपभोक्ताको हितको लागि जति पनि यो उपभोक्ता संरक्षण ऐन 75 ले कानुनी व्यवस्था गरेको छ त्यसको लागि एउटा जुरिडिक्सन तोक्न सक्ने र त्यो जिल्ला न्यायाधीशको अध्यक्षतामा तोक्न सक्ने यो ऐनको दफा जुन 41 ले परिकल्पना गरेछ त्यो परिकल्पना गरे मुताबिकको चाहिँ अहिले यो गठन भइसकेको अवस्था छैन.
Consumers have been swindled in almost all sectors, ranging from education to health and daily consumable items. There are regular grievances that the goods and services available in the market do not meet the standards and are less than what is being paid for. At the lack of government monitoring, sellers are getting leeway for substandard goods and services. Some experts say that the lack of awareness and activism on part of the consumers themselves had resulted in the lack of accountability on part of the government and the sellers.
वस्तु र सेवा दियो तर मर्का पर्यो मर्का हानि पुग्यो मर्का पुग्ने बित्तिकै त्यो क्षतिपूर्ति पाउने एउटा के छ भने व्यवस्थापन यसले गर्दा यो गर्न खोजिरहेको अवस्था छ एउटा त्यो मुद्दा र अर्को नेपाल सरकारले तोकेका अन्य मुद्दाहरू भनेको छ जस्तै ट्राफिकले चिट काट्छ अनि कहाँ त्यो जरिमाना तिर्नुदेखि गए विकल्प छैन। तर उसलाई के लाग्छ भने यो त कसुर त मैले गरेकै छैन भन्ने लाग्छ। त्यस्तोमा होइन है, मैले गर्दै नगरेको कसुर यसलाई मलाई चाहिँ के छ भने यसले गर्न लगायो, ल सिसिटिभी हेर्ने पाऊँ आदि पाऊँ भनेर गुनासो सम्बोधन गर्ने टाइपको यस्ता खाले मुद्दाहरू अरू कानुनले पनि जस्तो अरू विशेष ऐनले दिएका अरू मुद्दाहरू पनि उसले हेर्न सक्ने गरी गरेका छन्।
Law practitioners emphasize on the earliest formation of the Consumers Court as it will provide the victims a platform to seek justice in a fast-track manner.
यो वर्षको नीति र कार्यक्रममा पनि उप अदालत गठन गर्ने भन्ने भयो र बजेटको व्यवस्था पनि गर्यो र यो सरकारले 100 दिनको कामभित्र चाहिँ यो काम गर्छु भनेर भन्दा अवस्था छ। काम चाहिँ सुरु भइसकेको छ तर 100 दिनभित्र भनेको कार्तिक मसान्तसम्म यो काम भइसकेको हुनुपर्छ र उहाँहरूले ठाउँ खोज्दै हुनुहुन्छ र यो मुद्दाको लागि न्यायाधीशहरू 3 जना विशेष गरी एउटा जिल्ला न्यायाधीश 2 जना एउटा कानुनको एउटा प्रशासनको के छ भने अधिकृत चाहिँ राख्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। त्यो तयारी एक खाली आन्तरिक तयारी गर्दैछ।
The government announced providing 10 million rupees sometime back to establish Consumers Court in Kathmandu, but that was limited to papers. This, experts say, highlights on the lack of seriousness on part of the government.
In our Public Voice segment, we had asked what should be done to ensure the process is easy for filing complaints and booking the guilty in cases of violation of consumers' rights. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
उपभोक्तालाई पनि ठिक्क परल मूल्यमा चाहिँ हिसाब किताबमा चाहिँ लिन पर्यो।
करको दायरा छ त्यो घटाएर मात्र उपभोक्ता ठगीमा न्यूनीकरण गर्न सकिन्छ।
अनुगमन गरे चाहिँ राम्रो।
प्रत्येक हप्तामा चाहिँ बजार अनुगमन गर्नु पर्यो, प्रत्येक पसलमा जानु पर्यो, प्रत्येक होटलमा जानु पर्यो, प्रत्येक डेरीमा जानु पर्यो। जति पनि खाद्यका उत्पादनहरू चाहिँ हुन्छन् त्यो ठाउँमा गएर अनुगमन गर्नु पर्यो।
सामान किन्न जाँदाखेरि सबभन्दा पहिला मूल्य र म्याद नाग्ने मिति कहिले रहेछ, यो कहिले उत्पादन भयो र कहिले म्याद नाग्ने मिति त्यो चाहिँ हेर्नुपर्छ।
अनुगमन गर्ने निकायले रेगुलर गर्नु पर्यो, यसको कुनै सम्बन्धित निकाय स्थापित हुनु पर्यो, गर्नु पर्यो।
उपभोक्ता अदालत नै छुट्टै गठन गर्यो भनेदेखि त्यसले चाहिँ एउटा मूर्त रूप लिन सक्छ र उपभोक्ता अधिकार थप सशक्त हुन्छ।
सरकारले कसरी सुनवाई गर्छ त्यो बारेमा हाम्रो एकदम चासो भइरहेको छ।
प्रशासनले कडाइका साथ खाद्य वस्तु नियमन गर्न जरुरी छ।
Time now for international update. The United Nations peacekeeping force in southern Lebanon says Israeli tanks forced their way into one of its positions. A few hours after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a video message urging the UN keepers to withdraw, the Israeli army entered the base of the peacekeepers. UN said that after destroying the main gate of the base with 2 tanks, the Israeli army forcibly entered the base and fired smoke grenades. According to the international media, about 15 peacekeepers were injured in the grenade fire. It is said that the Israeli army stayed at the base for about 45 minutes and left after the protest of the peacekeepers. The IDF offered a different version of events, saying it had encroached on a UNIFIL position to evacuate soldiers who had been wounded by an anti-tank missile. The IDF entered the base to turn off the lights in order to rescue the injured. The IDF also clarified that there is no threat to UNIFIL soldiers from the Israeli army. The UN has warned that any attack on peacekeepers or their bases would violate international law. Meanwhile, 4 Israeli soldiers were killed after Hezbollah launched a targeted military base attack in northern Israel. It is said that more than 60 people were injured in the attack. According to the IDF, the condition of 8 of them is critical. Hezbollah claimed responsibility for the attack. Former champions Australia have entered the semi-finals of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Australia defeated India by 9 runs in their last match of the group, while India's journey depends on the results of other teams. After winning the toss and electing to bat first at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium in the UAE, Australia scored 151 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in 20 overs. Australia did not start well. 2 batters were out when the team scored 17 runs. Georgia Wareham was unable to open the account when Bath Mooney was out for 2 runs. Without injured captain Elise Perry, Australia made a comeback and made their highest score in the ongoing tournament. Tahila McGrath, who took over as captain, added 32 runs. Ashley Gardner also contributed 32 runs. Grace Harris top-scored with 40 runs. Phoebe Litchfield remained unbeaten on 15 runs. Dipti Sharma and Renuka Sharma took 2 wickets each. Shreyang Patil, Pooja Bastrakar and Ratra Yadav shared a wicket each. In reply, India could score only 142 runs for the loss of 9 wickets. Opener Shefali Burma scored 20 runs. India lost Smriti Mandana for 6 and Jemina Rodriguez for 16 runs. Dipti added 29. India needed 14 runs in the last over to win, but Annabelle Sutherland bowled brilliantly. India scored only 4 runs and lost 4 wickets, while Australia emerged victorious. Captain Harmanpreet Kaur scored an unbeaten 54 but could not save India from defeat. 3 batters could not open the account when 6 Indian players left the pavilion without double runs. Sutherland and Sophie Molin took 2 wickets each. Australia is the first team to make it to the last 4 in the ongoing World Cup. New Zealand will compete against Pakistan today. The 10th National Games scheduled in Karnali Province from the 17th of November has been delayed. Karnali Province has urged the centre to announce the new date immediately, saying that there is no way for the province to prepare for internal management, adding that it has been difficult to decide whether to continue training players in closed camp or letting them return to their homes.
The 10th National Games scheduled to kick off on 17th of November has been cancelled, leaving athletes and coaches in confusion.
आजसम्म चाहिँ के हो त भन्दाखेरि प्रस्तावित मितिमै अलमल गरिरहेको एउटा अवस्था छ। त्यसका बारेमा यही हो भनेर संघीय सरकारले व्यक्तिगत रूपमा कोही कसैले कहीं भनिरहेको कुरालाई सम्प्रेषण गरेको भए पनि मलाई लाग्छ त्यो चाहिँ अलमलकै एउटा स्थिति छ। त्यो कुराको टुङ्गो लाग्न साथ आन्तरिक व्यवस्थापन हामी कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ सम्बद्ध पक्षहरूसँग बैठक गरेर सबैलाई त्यसमा सामेल गरेर उहाँहरूको पनि सरसहयोग लिएर कर्णालीको चाहिँ जुन अवसर छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ कुनै पनि प्रश्न उठ्न नदिने गरी काम सम्पादन गर्ने कुरामा हामी लाग्नुपर्ने हुन्छ।
The Karnali province government has called for an immediate announcement of a new date to ensure timely preparations. The Karnali Sports Development Council has warned that the ongoing confusion could lead to significant losses in the sports sector and disappointment among athletes.
अब 2 गते त नहुने नै भइहाल्यो, तर अर्को डेट कहिले हो खेलकुदको यसलाई अन्यलमा राख्नुहुन्न हैन। अब अर्को डेट चाहिँ छिटो भन्दा छिटो घोषणा गरिदिनु पर्छ। कहिले हो त्यसको चाहिँ निर्गलमा यो संघीय सरकार अन्तर्गत खेलकुद मन्त्रालय राष्ट्रिय खेलकुद परिषदले अर्को डेट घोषणा गरिएन भने हाम्रो यो अगाडि के हो त भन्ने कुरो वे फरवार्ड छैन। त्यही भएर खेलाडीहरूलाई कहिलेसम्मको तयारी गर्ने, प्रतियोगिता कसरी गर्ने हैन, के प्रतियोगितामा भाग लिने, हाम्रा तालिकाहरू सबै मिसम्याच भए हैन।
The federal government has announced that the event will not take place, citing inadequate infrastructure. Currently, construction is underway to hold 24 out of 36 matches in Karnali, with the completion expected within the next 2 months.
अबको समयमा अब मनसुन पनि हाम्रो गइसकेको छ, ड्राई भइसकेको छ र आउने सामानहरू जुन चाहिँ यो निर्माणका सामग्रीका चाहिँ गाडीहरू पनि सबै यहाँ आइसकेको छ र हामीले यसलाई अब रहेको समयलाई एकदम हामीले ध्यान दिएर राम्रोसँग प्लानिङ गरेर यसलाई हामीले अबको 15 देखि 20 दिनमा हामी चाहिँ यो अब फिनिशिङ स्टेजमा लाने गरेर हामी काम गर्दैछौँ।
The contractor originally given a 30-month timeline for the stadium construction at a cost of 1,594.47 million rupees has delayed, citing various challenges including COVID pandemic, earthquakes, natural disasters and lack of construction materials. The contractor has requested for an additional 2 months on top of the 4 months extension provided earlier. The provincial government has urged the federal government to determine a new date to facilitate for a better management of the event.
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What do you think is the reason behind the failure to hold national games on time? Your options are A, lack of sense of responsibility, B, lack of infrastructure, and C, political tussle. Voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Government under pressure to implement the additional 20 meters criteria on riverbanks in Kathmandu Valley. Political leaders in favor of the decision following recent floods. Government fails to establish consumers' court in all provinces despite constitutional provision and Supreme Court's mandamus. Highlights on the lack of sensitivity towards consumers' rights. Israeli tanks forcibly enters into one of the positions of the UN peacekeeping force, warns any attack on peacekeepers or their bases would violate international law. And former champions, Australia enters the semi-finals of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Defeats India by 9 runs in their last match of the group. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.